Which one was that?
That shit's hot fire, man. Like Shyamalan's new movie. You know he like produces his own movies now. Like it's all his money he uses to make those movies.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for him, man.
And he can do whatever he wants. I was watching some interviews with him. And he's like, yeah, there's a lot of things I probably wouldn't be allowed to do. The studios would be like, there's no way you could do that. But it's my money, so I'll do whatever I want.
That's good. I like that.
I wish more directors went that direction, because like he has a distribution deal with Universal, so like when he puts his movie out, they put it in theaters and get it around. So it's like you have full control, and then some big entity gets it out in the world, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think you just need, as a director, you need money. So like it's inescapable that producers are going to be.
But these motherfuckers are millionaires, dude. You think Scorsese's not a millionaire?
Yeah, but even
it's
he
risk.
doesn't.
It's just high risk.
Yeah,
that's all.
It's high risk.
Because if you put up like $6 million and you don't get that back, then you just lost millions of your personal money. You know,
that's the thing, man. Everything's for profit, and like even Scorsese he gets told no from fucking producers still.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, why don't you just do it yourself then, dude? Take the Shyamalan route, dude.
Yeah. Well, did he do that with The Irishman, or he did that with Netflix? And The Irishman is so funny. Like they put all the money. Yeah, they put all that technology into those like is it 3D cameras, not 3D, or like those special effects cameras they had they had like a separate camera. They had normal cameras, and they had another camera to film the aging process, or like it's something like that, or like some sort of VFX camera that was constantly also filming and it was a fucking waste. Yeah, it was a stupid ass movie. Like
it wasn't worth like having to shop it around to a bunch of different studios just to get the funding.
That movie
just for de-aging.
Yeah, that movie would have been good fucking 20 years ago. Do you know what I mean? 30 years
when they
ago.
were actually sort of
and
aged.
Yeah.
Or younger, I mean.
Exactly. That was a waste of time. Or just get other actors. Why does it have to be Pacino and De Niro and Joe Pesci? Like I those guys are great. I mean, but like you don't need them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
it's bullshit.
It was weird. It was really weird. Yeah.
You don't know anything weird. You don't know anything about Old at all?
Isn't it where they go to an island and everybody's aging rapidly?
Yeah, that's all you need to know, man.
That's all you need to know?
That's all you need to know.
We got to get off the island before we all die.
They're trapped on a beach. They're trapped on a beach that ages them exponentially. Like a half hour is like 2 years. And then they're trying to figure out what's going on. And as they're dealing with all these different problems. And he basically kind of like runs through every single scenario. Like I almost don't even want to tell you the things.
Yeah, you don't.
Maybe I will. Should I? I don't know. Fuck.
I mean, I'm not going to watch it, so.
Like anything where you're like, what would happen if they had to age quickly and they had a tumor in their stomach? Like, what would happen then? It's like all that kind of shit. Or if these kids, if this person has sex and gets pregnant, how fast they have their baby, you know what I mean? Like they get pregnant really quickly because it's like years. You're basically, every few minutes is like a year or some shit. Anyway,
crazy.
It's fucking fun. It's one of the funnest movies I've seen in a long ass time. Because like good. Hollywood's so fucking boring. Like they don't take any chances on interesting ideas. It's so bland now. So this is like the first thing where I'm like, damn, like you're actually using your imagination. Of course, it's Shyamalan.
Yeah, of course. And good on him, man.
A person, who has full control over what he does and has an imagination. Like that's unheard of in Hollywood.
And let's be honest, I mean, he's essentially just making Twilight Zone episodes.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I've heard that comment quite a bit. And it's like,
but that's not a bad thing.
No.
Because like the Twilight Zone Twilight Zone is one of like the fucking golden era of TV suspense where you have a lack of the ability to make visual effects and special effects. So it all goes into the writing and like the drama,
the actual
and, like, the
idea.
suspense.
Yeah.
The idea. And that's how, I mean, like that's how you do it. Like,
well, this is just like a group of people on a beach. You'd think that'd be boring, but dude, like once it starts, it just doesn't stop. It's like, and I've seen some of the most crazy body horror shit I've ever seen in my life in this movie. It's so fucking amazing. It's like that's so great. Good. Yeah, dude. Shout out Shyamalan. The ending stupid. The dialogue just terrible. The acting awful because he's kind of a bad director and the dialogue's terrible. But the story and the way the whole thing moves is like fucking incredible.
What was that one where the wind was chasing people?
The Happening, dude.
Dude, The Happening. That was fucking dog shit.
That was so stupid, but also inadvertently hilarious. There's a lot of funny scenes.
It's worth
in that
watching
movie.
that.
Yeah, that's fucking a great one. That's one of his best.
Like people like Zoe Deschanel and Mark Wahlberg running away from the fucking wind.
Like outrunning the wind.
Yeah.
Not running away, but just like getting ahead of the wind.
Like
how is that possible?
The trees would be blowing and Mark Wahlberg would be like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And like, take the kids.
It's funny because I feel like Shyamalan always has like good ideas for movies, but he should tell like an actually good writer the idea and then get them to write a good script, you know?
Shyamalan is just chilling with us in a fucking your old Oldsmobile or whatever that was, Cutlass Supreme, smoking.
Yo, we're hotboxing that shit.
Yeah, dude. And then he's just our
dude. People on a beach and they like grow old quickly, man. Wouldn't that be a good movie? I'm gonna make that. You're like, oh, okay.
Okay, but what are you gonna order from Wendy's for the drive-thru?
yeah, we've been here for 20 minutes.
We've been here for 20 minutes, dude. Enough of your movie plots, bro. I want a fucking JBC.
We're doing spoiler alerts all over the place here, but the village, when he's like, okay, so this group of people, they live in this like medieval village, but at the end it turns out that they're actually people that like left society and started their own compound, and it's actually like modern day.
Yeah.
It's like,
okay, I saw that in theaters.
There's something there, I think, but how would you pull that off? Fucking stupid.
It was so dumb. And like, also like, you don't think that people would realize there's a fucking bunch of people that like, because it was in like the Northeast. It was in a highly populated area of the States.
Yeah.
Like Connecticut. I guess there's lots of woods out there, but still, like,
bunch of like hippie psychologist type people like leave society to start their own society.
I guess that happens though, dude. There's fucking Mormons and Hutterites and Amish. There's actually tons of people that are just like closed off.
But to me, man, it's the journey. See, like that was like maybe a decent idea if someone said that to me, like 2 sentences, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, maybe I'd see that. And then you watch what he did with it, and it's just total garbage the whole time.
Yeah, man. Dude, it's fucking. It's like film school.
Pretty much.
Film school shit. You know what I saw? I went to a movie by myself, which I fucking highly recommend.
I do it all the time. Love it. Yep.
It's the best. I saw The Green Knight.
Okay, you like this? Because I hated that movie.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see it?
I went to the theater and I watched it, but I'm curious what your perspective is. Maybe because
growing.
you're a bit of a history nerd, you get more out of it. But I thought it was just go ahead. Sorry.
No. I don't want to
trash it. I want to hear you.
So, I got to start off by saying that it grew on me. Like, I walked out of the theater and I was just like, okay, what the fuck was that? What did I just watch? While I was watching it, I was like fully entranced. Like visually,
that's interesting.
Visually, it is like a monumentous film. Like
there's cool shots.
Like aesthetically, the cinematography and the acting is like
that main actor is great. He's great.
And everybody, like the guy who played King Arthur in his weird like regional accent, who would have sounded like probably what King Arthur would have. I mean, I got to state this first off. It is a fantasy. It's a fantasy movie based on like a 600 or 700 year old poem, which is based off of like.
Have you read that poem?
Yes, which is based off of a saga and mythos that are 700 years older than that, which are loosely based off of people that may or may not have existed, right? Okay. Like that's a whole thing with King Arthur. People are like, King Arthur's history. First off, it's fucking not. There might have been a guy called Artorius that would have been chilling in like southwestern England in like 400 years after Christ was born. But like all the fantasy and romance and all these things, these are written 1,000 years, 800 years after that time period, where people looked at these loose ideas of the past and created these like fantastical poems and stories and shit.
Yeah. So do you think that you need to have read that poem to understand that movie?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think this movie should be. Yeah, exactly. And this is what I think is one of the downfalls of this movie is that it should stand on its own, because all it was it seemed like a bunch of scenes that set something up and then didn't follow through on anything. And you're like, what is going on? The Giants, you're like, when the Giants showed up, that was like halfway through the movie. I was getting so antsy. I wanted to just leave the theater. I was like, when's this fucking movie going to end? Then the Giants showed up. I'm like, oh shit, something cool is about to happen. And then they're there for like 1 minute and then they just walk off.
And then they just fucking walk.
like,
and they're
like,
that weird like Fantastic Planet, or what's that French fucking sci-fi movie?
Fantastic Planet. Yeah,
it's like they look like. They look like fucking giants from Fantastic Planet, like straight up. And he goes to pick the guy up. I'm like, what is this, Fantastic Planet? Like,
yeah.
But yeah,
go on.
No, to answer your question, unfortunately, I think to appreciate it, you need to have known about Sir Gawain and Gawain. I always grew up thinking it was Sir Gawain, but who knows how it's pronounced? You need to know
the entire story.
You need to know the entire fucking Arthurian legend.
See, that's what I think bad filmmaking, to be honest, because it's like, yo, I'm not gonna go take an English literature class so I can watch this fucking movie, and it's not even that good. Like, it's a bunch of setups that go nowhere. Like, even the part when he sees like that spirit in that house, it was like, oh, that's a cool idea. Where does it go? Nowhere. It's just another metaphor. It was great. It was aesthetically, it was fucking awesome. But it's all style and no substance. I guess that's my beef. That's the thing, is that I agree with you mainly because all the substance all boils down to the very fucking end, where Gawain is about to get his fucking head chopped off. And do you want me to spoil it for you? Do you want me to spoil? Okay. Well, there's a stupid montage of what he thinks his future will be, and it's I thought, why? That could have been anything. If he runs away, that was insane. I actually liked it. Like, at first, I was like, what the? Like, watching it, I was like, what? Yeah. Because I'm like, he runs away. Because first off, he never runs away in the old saga, the old poem. And so when he runs away and his life completes its cycle and then he flashes back, I actually like that, because I was just gonna say, sorry to cut you off, but I feel like that's a big no-no in film, the "it was all a dream" moment. That's a big no-no, because it's like you could literally do anything and then just wish it away with, and it was all a dream. But it made sense in this context, or it should have. I guess it should have made sense in this context, because I'm gonna spoil it because it's a fucking 1,000-year-old fucking spoil story. This movie away. But what happens is Sir Gawain, he does the challenge with the Green Knight shows up. He's the only guy to say, "I will challenge you." He accepts. He goes off and has his adventure, and at the end of it, the Green Knight and the huntsman, the guy who owned that, like the guy who's like, "Oh, here's my sexy wife that looks like your girlfriend." Those guys are the same guys, right? We've established. Like, did you get that in the movie? That he's the Green Knight? Yeah, I kind of had an idea that he was. Yes. So what happens is that he basically goes. He doesn't kill him because he's like, "Well, you didn't fuck my wife, but you lied to me about the garment." So he gave him a little slice, basically. In the original, you mean? Yes. He's like, "You're not 100% virtuous. So you lied about the garment to me. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a slice, but I'm not going to kill you because you're actually the most virtuous of King Arthur's knights." It's all like the story itself is all about virtue and morals and standing tall and actually going through with something. That's the whole thing, right? Yeah. Even in insurmountable odds, or you might face death. That's the whole point. So just badly executed. That's what happens. So that's kind of how I feel about the whole thing. Like, I don't know what that director's done, but I don't think he's a very good filmmaker. Kevin Lowry? I'm gonna look this up. David Lowry, I think. Yeah, you look that up while I shit on the movie for a bit. This up. Like, a lot of the scenes are just like long, droning shots of him like wandering over beautiful landscapes. They aren't that beautiful, but they're like okay. But that's just like generic cinematography stuff, like carrying a plot, and like visuals alone can't carry a movie or a story. Do you know what I mean? Like, when a story is just badly executed, it's just badly executed. Because like I wanted to be on board, but as like it kept going on, it would like lose me more and more. Like, even when he meets that thief on that battlefield, and you're like, this is a cool character, and then he gets robbed in the woods like right after with those two other people, then you just never see him again, and you're like, what was the point of that? Like, everything just is like a half idea that was never finished. But maybe in the poem, it is finished. So if you're gonna go watch this movie, read that poem, research the shit out of that fucking poem so you understand what you're getting into.
Well, this guy is an American film director. He's done a bunch of fucking Disney reboots. He did Pete's Dragon, the remake of Pete's Dragon. He's doing Peter Pan and Wendy.
Imagine he did it in the same style. Like long droney shit. I like long droney shit, man. Like in some ways I thought this was like a pale comparison of like a Tarkovsky movie or something. Yeah. Like here's a lot of cool, crazy scenes, but like there's just something missing, like any kind of depth or something. Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know.
No, I agree with you. It's a very big wank fest with cinematography basically and acting. Like I thought
incredible.
The acting is fucking.
I like
everybody acting was like they had such a powerful cast.
Yeah,
that you're like, this is amazing. But yeah, it never went anywhere. Yeah, whether it's a little bandit kid in the battlefield, or it's the ghost, or it's Morgan like his mom, or if it's King Arthur.
Okay, the fox is hanging out with him. At the end, it talks and warns him. And then just runs away, and you're like, "Who was the fox? What was the fox there for? Was the fox like his guardian or something?"
The fox was his mom. The fox is his mom. It's literally his mom the entire time. Well, and that's the whole thing. I know it's themes of like there's so many themes of like doing the right thing as opposed and getting out of your comfort zone, and you know what I mean, like he's like, I'm not a real knight, I'm a piece of shit. Like there's modern ideas of like identity and depression and the anxiety of making real choices and taking risks. And his mom, because his mom basically, and the whole thing is like in the Arthurian, like people don't know fucking Arthurian legends. Also, this is a side note. Morgan Le Fay is King Arthur's fucking sister. She's a powerful evil sorceress. She actually constructs the destruction of Camelot through all this her evil plots and twists, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And originally, Sir Gawain was never Morgan Le Fay's
son. Yeah.
But I got it made no sense.
Value. There's like, throw that in there.
I knew the fox was Morgan Le Fay because I'm a fucking nerd.
Because you read the poem.
Yeah, I read the poem.
Dude, I know. Walk in this shit knowing like the whole goddamn story already.
Exactly.
I don't think that's a good movie. Like,
no,
it has to be there for like a newcomer because should be able to walk in and get it. You know, this is like the equivalent almost of like an abstract painting, like someone just swiping a red blotch on a white canvas and being like, "That's art." And
well, the crazy thing is,
I guess you can interpret it anything. Sorry, go on.
No. You're true. You're right. You can interpret it anything, and it's how you execute it. Like what you have all these ideas, and they sound good, and they all look good, but it's just like, do all these ingredients make a good fucking stew? You know what I mean? Do they make the fucking finished product good?
I think what also accentuated why I didn't like that movie is because like I saw Old the day before. And that one is just like an amusement park ride where you just like strap in and then it just starts and it never stops. It just keeps going and you're just like on the edge of your seat, like, holy shit. But then this movie was like the exact opposite. It was like, I'm going to give you little to no information, long droney shit, and you could just sort of like interpret it how you want to. So maybe I was just like in a different headspace because I just saw like the complete opposite just before that. You know what I mean? And maybe this also goes to my like taste in movies, but then to watch the taste of that out of my mouth, I watched The Room. I had to get some Tommy Wiseau in my bloodstream.
It's, the more like it sounds like Old had everything that The Green Knight didn't have. Do you know what I mean?
Like a complete opposite movie, I guess.
Yeah, it's basically. But you're like, but the thing is, it was more effective. It got you in.
Yeah, like I was literally on the edge of my seat sometimes, and I got shocked by what I was seeing. I was like, what the,
I didn't hate The Green Knight, but it's actually like a kind of like a piece of shit wank fest. The more we talk about it, like I didn't hate it. I liked it because I'm a nerd. I'm like, oh yeah,
well,
like, it's weird fantasy.
Exactly. Actually, when you said that you liked it, I was like, that actually makes perfect sense because like you like that the medieval kind of stuff. So it actually is like, and you know about it. That's
I know about it.
Yeah, that's like a huge difference,
I just saw a comment on Instagram where somebody was like, when was it written? Like historically speaking, when was was there ever any evidence of King Arthur's nephew being a Hindu?
Oh God, shut the fuck up, man. Yeah.
And I was just like, you dumb
No,
motherfucker.
what's twisted about that shit, and obviously racism, but like white people have been playing all other races for fucking decades,
forever,
hundreds of years, and now it's
forever.
Like once in a while, like when something doesn't line up the way you think, you're just like, no, I call bullshit. Yeah, it's like, you're shut the fuck up, dude.
This is PC gone too far. It's like, first off, this shit isn't even fucking real. Like,
there you go.
First thing first, and also like again, to be super fucking nerdy, if you wanted to get historical, if you boiled this down to the most historical essence of Roman Britain, which you claim to be, Roman Britain was a multi-ethnic fucking place. Like they found tombs, like people buried in Roman cities in the south of England. And it's like, oh, this woman was clearly from Africa and she was a well-to-do dye merchant. They had soldiers that were like, the Roman Empire took people from the Middle East and were like, oh, you are now stationed in modern day fucking Manchester. Right?
Yeah.
Like there's literal letters of people being like, I miss my wife in Syria. Like,
yeah, exactly.
how is the olive tree? Do you know what I mean? And sending that through a post.
Think about how dense that area is, all those different countries. Like, why wouldn't it be multi-ethnic or multicultural?
Dude, it's insane. I know. Yeah. And what you said, people, British, especially white Anglo-Saxons, love playing every other race.
Yeah. Like, do you want to bring Mickey Rooney back to play a Chinese person? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I saw Gods of Egypt, and it's like Christian Bale is, and exactly. Like and fucking all these white people, and then they had the one guy, rest his soul, Chadwick Boseman was one guy who was like African.
The only black man in Africa, like in this movie about Africa. It's like,
oh, dude, it's wild. Even like fucking even when British people are like, oh, I'm gonna like you see Alexander the Great, and it's just like all these dudes are fucking like 6'4" Scottish guys playing fucking these like homoerotic Greek dudes, and you're like, that's not like, just get some fucking Greeks in there. Get an actual guy who's like, you can't even get other white people right. Do you know
that's
what I mean?
Why it's like an immediate shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Just an immediate be quiet.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I know, and it's fantasy, and also the idea of representation, where it's like, first, like historical quote unquote movies, and they always take liberties, first off, and second off, it's more important to play to an audience. So if you have a quote unquote historical tale or something like that you want to show to your society, and your society is made up of different ethnicities, you need those representations in there. It's just a matter of fucking fact. Like people need to watch. If you're watching something, you want to see yourself in there.
Yeah.
Like if you don't make everything completely 100% historically accurate, which you don't, then don't complain about having somebody from a different fucking ethnic background portraying something. Like, it's fucking stupid.
It is dumb. Yeah, I know. But what do you think about like when they try to pull that shit on like Little Mermaid or Spider-Man or Batman or something like that, where it's like, well, these are like historically white characters, so it can't possibly be another, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think that's also stupid.
It's so stupid. Let them be. Yeah, like, it's representation.
And I also just think, like, who actually cares? Who cares, really? You know, like, unless you're a racist, you shouldn't care. Like, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a flying shit what fucking Wolverine is?
Yeah.
But also, it's for the kids. So yeah, racists care and kids care. Let kids have representation. Have a fucking black Puerto Rican Spider-Man, right? Do that. That needs to happen. That's representative of New York right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know, the fucking comic books, people see, but this is wrong though. People are obsessed with these fucking Marvel movies that are just complete dog shit. Like, they're all just wireworks and green screen.
Yeah, and it's not even nerdy anymore. I was watching that shitty show, Sexy Beast. Have you heard of that one on Netflix? It's like where the people like get dressed up like furries, basically, like different makeup, and then they go on these blind dates where they can't see each other's looks. One of the characters on that was like, yeah, I'm into nerdy stuff, and they just have to be into nerdy stuff too. Like, I'm into Star Wars and Marvel movies. And I'm like, dude, that ain't nerdy no more. I'm sorry. Dude. That's mainstream as shit now. Like, that is not nerdy. Yeah. That's just average. You're just a normal person.
Yeah, nerds are like incels now. Incels. We've advanced. Like people who are like counterculture or fringe are like complete psychopaths. like all the good parts about being a nerd are like the more enjoyable parts. Like like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, comics. Everybody fucking watches that shit now.
It's not niche in any way. It's just like like the default. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not your personality, dog.
I don't even know what would be nerdy now. Like shit.
Incels, dude. Fucking
anime probably. I don't know.
Anime, yeah. Hentai.
Anime
incels.
still in the nerd world.
But not even then, dude. Like rappers, like rappers.
That's true.
And like martial, like guys who are in the UFC are like fucking
like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, so that shit is
those
like
doors down.
Those are all the chads. That shit's everything's a chad now.
I don't want to believe that the nerd shit is only incels, but maybe you're right.
It is, man. But nerds were always nasty. Nerds were always gross, man.
Yeah.
If you like, that's the thing. That's why being called a nerd sucked, because being a nerd sucked. I hate to say it, but like it's true.
Maybe the mainstream just took all the cool parts of being a nerd and made it mainstream, and then all the shit parts of being a nerd stayed nerd, like being like a misogynist or like a weird fucking
That's exactly what happened.
Damn, son, feel bad for the nerds, but also fuck you.
I don't feel bad for the nerds, man. The nerds are running the fucking world right now. These psychos, fucking stock markets and tech companies and all these fucking guys controlling the fucking.
Yeah, fuck them. That's why we need this music of the guests that we have on the show. We need this Freak Heatwaves music.
Yeah, palate cleanser. We need jock jams. That's a real jock jams.
Yeah, I think their last album was called Jock Jams 10. Freak Heatwaves, Jock Jams 10.
Yeah, I heard they're doing a collab with Don Cherry. Bring back Don Cherry's fucking rap.
He just talks all over it like DJ Drama or something.
Let's get into it. Yeah. These two guys from Montreal. They really know how to smash the keyboard.
Yeah.
I'm racist. If you come to this country, listen to Freak Heatwaves, but don't practice your culture. Dad, this is Don Cherry. This is the cherry picker saying, listen to synth pop, but don't practice your religion or feel good about your identity.
Word up, that's it, dude. I want to hear that so bad. Fuck,
dude. Maybe we gotta do it, man. We gotta. It's happening. It's in the works. We just spoiled it. We just spoiled
the next album. I know this is their next album. They're dropping a mixtape with Don Cherry all over this shit.
Don Cherry. I don't even know if that's a real.
That's pretty close. That's pretty fucking close.
I'm your racist uncle, and Tim Hortons demeaning the Filipino that's serving me double because she's taking 5 seconds longer than I want.
That's not a real Canadian.
That's not you come to this country and you work these shit jobs that my opioid addicted fucking nephews and nieces refuse to do because they're fucking pieces of shit.
And you like it.
And you like it. You're just trying to live your life and do the best you can, but I don't like that because I'm an old racist white guy from Ontario. Let's go. Come on.
Drop that next song.
Drop that next mixtape. My next thing is with the baby because he also doesn't like gay people, and I don't like gay people. The baby's getting fucking canceled right now, man.
He's a fucking idiot, dude. He just says stupid ass shit. But you know what? I don't want to get sidetracked because this is an amazing segue into our interview with a Canadian synth band. Now they used to be post punk band, but now they're like a synthy beat band. Freak Heatwaves. Two people. One lives in Montreal. One lives in Victoria. They're both from Medicine Hat. What the fuck? That's Canadian. Yo, that's why Don Cherry's on this motherfucker.
There's a cross-continental connection.
That's right.
Keep your sticks on the ice, boys.
So here, listen to our interview with these two Canadian legends, Freak Heatwaves.
Yeah, let's do it.
So today's guests, we got Freak Heatwaves. They're a post-punk band. Are they? They're a sample beat band. Are they? They're two guys who live in two different cities. Are they?
Oh, so many questions shall be answered.
Pretty soon, right now, in fact. We're going to just get right into it.
Welcome. What's up, dudes?
How you guys?
Not too bad. Good. Feeling a little weird.
Oh, you a submarine or what?
No, I got my second dose yesterday.
Oh.
So you got the 5G antenna raising you?
Hell yeah.
Is Bill Gates talking to you?
Oh, constantly.
That's good. You like the album, right? That's what he said?
Yeah. Hey guys, really digging the album.
Yeah. Hey, Zap the Planet was pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah, he's a huge fan.
Yeah, I thought so. All right. Well, I'm going to let Mark ask the first question because I'm not ready.
Oh, good. Right in the hot seat.
That's it.
Yeah. So, new album is fucking sweet. Totally different soundscapes. I'm loving it.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to ask though, like, was that shift in you guys? Like, what was the kind of cause of that? Like, was this kind of weird, synthy, total gearhead, experimental thing always in you, or did you guys have like almost like an outer influence? Like, what was the decision for that?
I'd say it was always there. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say maybe more than other albums. This is like the first one we did without any outside collaboration. So it's almost like, to me, more what me and Steve would make any given day. But yeah, like other albums, we had like different bass players or different people on it, or like different produced. This one was just all us. So.
Yeah, and I think when we started, we were definitely into this kind of stuff too, but we were just more. It was easier to play punk shows and stuff, and then it's to buy synthesizers and drum machines and all that. But I did over a decade now, but so to us, we're just doing what we've always done. I think.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, so taking guitars out of you, because your most recent album has almost like no guitars that I could hear really, but the last one did still have guitars. Mm-hmm. Is that you guys admitting finally that rock is dead?
Man, you know what's funny? Guitars are just really hard to record.
That's the simple answer.
Like, it kind of boiled down to it, like, wasn't worth the effort.
Like, sometimes we'll write something and it's a guitar line for the longest time, and then we'll just be like, at some point we're just like, this would sound better on a synth, and then we just redo it on a synth, and then it's just better production.
Awesome.
Oh, there you go. So rock
this is your Herbie. Yeah, rock is dead. This is your Herbie Hancock moment. Your rocket moment.
Oh, hell yeah.
You guys have gone synthy. It's great.
Yeah, I think that people assume we had like a discussion at some point where we're like, all right, no more guitars, no more drums, but it just really didn't happen that way. It was just like, before we knew it, we just weren't doing it.
Nice.
Okay, so you could easily come back at any moment.
Maybe, yeah, good.
Yeah.
You know,
An all guitar record. Maybe that's what's up.
yeah, that could be the thing.
You could be the DJ champion of your genre. Remember that guy?
No.
Nobody remembers this guy. He had a dumb song and he had like 4 guitarists and he was a DJ. 4 guitarists on stage and they would just all like riff together. It was pretty whack. Anyway.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And what did he do? Did he play guitar?
He he just DJ'd. He like sat at his computer and then he kind of like signaled to them when the changes were happening. And
wait, was he like an executioner DJ, like the Executioners? Was he like a scratch master?
Oh, like a
what kind of DJ was
turntablist? No, he was like some like house. He was probably a push play on the fucking button and then walk away guy. You know? Yeah.
Oh no, that's not cool. Yeah. Because if he was like a mix master mic, like, you know what I mean? Like if he
then
was
it might be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, fuck. He could have been live scratching those guys in. That would have been perfect.
That would have been dope.
Yeah. Don't steal my fucking idea, guys. This is mine.
If he did that,
this.
we would have remembered.
Yo, now the guitars are out of the damn picture and rock is fucking dead and who cares about it?
Because dead.
Your new album is like mostly beats and shit.
Yeah.
Awesome. A really good direction. I like that. Do you think you would start adding like rappers or even producing for rappers or remixing rappers? Because I know you guys have been listening to that a lot.
We would probably love to either remix for rap or produce a rap song.
Would be very fun.
That'd be super fun. We'd probably do a feature thing if it made sense. And we kind of started just talking about doing features on our next record for just guest vocalists and stuff. I don't know. We're not really connected too much into the rap scene, so maybe.
Yeah, you guys are the only rappers I know.
Yeah, this isn't an interview. This is actually a proposition.
Yeah,
Chris
this is
and
our
I are setting
interview.
up.
Full production from Heat Waves, the next album.
We're for hire.
Fuck yeah.
You hear that, world? They're for hire. Every
you guys...
SoundCloud rapper, hit them up.
Just
exactly.
With production, we won't even make our own music anymore.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys listen to a lot of like young SoundCloud rappers? Like, are you guys in that? Like, because it's crazy. Like from our experience when we were doing it, like, I mean, and it was mainly Chris and other guys doing production, but like it was ground up, like fucking finding everything from scratch. And now it seems like the younger generation, I think simultaneously they have a better ear. Like they kind of know stuff more, but it's also like programs are like a dime a dozen. Like you can have a SoundCloud rapper who just learns how to do fucking
trap drums,
loops. Yeah, exactly. And like screw around with their vocals like a little bit, and then you have like something that sounds like something on the Hot 100. Like, it's kind of dope actually. It's like people are singing and stuff, like auto-tune. Like they've taken auto-tune to new levels. Like,
I think it's pretty dope.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm kind of jealous because when I was in like high school and stuff, it was just working with this shit I had available to me to make music was painful and like it all sounded like shit. But now, now what comes built into your laptop, you could just make top 40 song or something, and it's just so much easier.
Mm-hmm. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's cool. I think it's great.
What kind of stuff rap have you been listening to? I know you're listening, Steve, to like Rock Marciano for a bit, and then Thomas, you've been sending me that like Houston like rap playlist you made. But what else have you been listening to in rap specific?
I'm obsessed with Houston. Anything Houston right now. Screw. DJ Screw.
Drop names.
Fat Pat.
Lil Kiki.
Fat Pat.
Shout out to Fat Pat.
Yeah. Big Mo.
Yeah. UGK. Can't forget UGK.
UGK's dope. It's like a little too hard for me sometimes, but I love it. I love the beats. I love the production. There's this guy DJ DMD that I really like too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I don't know, we were just listening to a bunch of Freddie Gibbs the other night.
Oh, crazy!
Oh yeah, the Alfredo.
I love how there's
delicious.
a simultaneous like wave people are riding. There's like the Zoomers, like we're like the SoundCloud rappers, and I call it is cheesy, but I call it like grown man rap. Like people our age, it's like we still have a new Freddie Gibbs album, and it's just as current, it's just as aesthetically new and innovative. But it's like millennials can listen to it, and I could like do dishes or like go buy bananas and feel hard as fuck while listening to Freddie Gibbs. It's hilarious. Like,
Freddie's a pro. He's good.
Oh, it's insane.
And I think we're both big Earl Sweatshirt fans. And
oh, nice.
Yeah. The new Tyler is really good. You know me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we listen to
that. Anything Alchemist.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. The new Armand Hammer album that came out earlier this year was super good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And what else? I don't know.
Yeah, I just checked out the new Vince Staples, and that was
pretty good. Yeah. Pretty freaking good.
That's the thing about rap is just gotta keep up. There's so much stuff coming.
There's so much stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why we always talk about this podcast. We make jokes like rock is dead, but it's kind of true in that sense. For just, I think the current, it's become pop music, like in so many ways. It's where it's always evolving, it's always changing, it's always having to kind of like be a step ahead of each other. Like it's so competitive. Like you don't have rappers who are like, oh, I want to sound like this rapper from 1994. Like, yeah, maybe a couple guys will do that, but people are always just evolving and changing. And I think it's like, I think it's awesome.
But when you dig into anyone who's had like a huge year, like Conway or West Side or any of those guys, it's like, whoa, these guys are putting out like an album a month.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. Okay, so I asked our last guest Zune about this, and I've talked to you guys about this on the side, but taking that format for your own music, like just dropping consistently all the time, just being there, would you do that? Or because you guys have been dropping every like couple years or every 3 years, you work on a project, right? But would you step it up on that like rap level?
I think we'd love to, but
it'd be pretty wild. I think we'd have to quit our jobs.
Yeah,
we barely work. We both work like 2 days a week, but it's like It's like we always say when we do a record, like every record we've done has taken like 3 years to make, and then right after we finish it, we're like, okay, we got to do a fast one to follow this up because
yeah,
stuff, and then it's just another 3 years, and then.
Yeah. Well, has COVID changed that at all? Because like usually you drop a record, then you tour that thing for like a year straight or something.
That's true. Yeah. So we have been just working basically on new stuff since we put out the last one. So we have a lot of stuff, but any record we do way too much work because like we'll kind of work on 30-ish or so more things to put out like 8 songs basically. So I think we have to get better at just finishing the stuff that we leave unfinished. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe we're doing it the only way we can.
Yeah. That's your work ethic, yeah. When's your next pop jam coming out? When's your first pop jam coming out?
It's like top 40.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man.
Hopefully soon.
Soon.
Hell yeah.
Into August. We got something with the auto-tune we're working on right now.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and then trying to get some collabs where we just do the backing stuff and then get.
Oh, like you wouldn't even be on singing?
Well, I can't really sing, so.
Yeah, it's a very it sounds like Zap the Planet. A lot of it sounds like David Lynch or like Leonard Cohen talking through a Miyazaki anime, like a dystopian background. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking awesome. Like definitely not pop, but it's just like your vocals with the intentional clash, I guess, for like that's what I said. That came up in my mind almost. I don't know where your guys' intent was, but it's actually very it works because of the clash, if that makes sense. Like the vocals with all the different production, like it's.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we like that Leonard Cohen stuff and like that kind of wheelhouse of where it is basically talking, but if you can.
Yeah.
That's cool. I know. Yeah, one guy told me one time that he was listening to our record on the bus, and then when my voice came in, he thought it was like an announcement by the bus driver.
Hey, dude. I mean, I think you just found your little niche there, but like sky trains, buses, airplanes.
Yeah,
exactly. Let's get it.
I was reading because I did a little tiny bit of research for this, but I was reading a bunch of like criticisms of your album, like critiques or whatever, and like everyone's mentioned that you said that this is your most personal album. Now, when you're writing your lyrics, are you intentionally trying to like bond with your audience, or are you just doing it for yourself and then hopefully they just get it or they don't? It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, like I don't. Whenever we make stuff, it's not really done thinking anyone's going to hear it. So it's like, I don't know how to do that, but so it's just kind of like whatever makes sense to me or Thomas while we're doing it. We're like, oh, this sounds good. This is kind of, I know what this means to me or whatever. But yeah, and some people will be like, oh, it's so abstract, like what you're doing. I'm like, oh, I didn't like. To me, it's just like so black and white. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, isn't it obvious? But then, are you ever surprised by their interpretations? Like, say, like, have you ever read a critic or even just a friend or someone being like, "Oh, in this song you meant this," and you're like, "What?"
Yeah, I was telling Thomas the other day that this guy, my friend, was saying how he loved one of the songs after our last record, "Let It Go." It's called, and he was just like, "Oh, I listen to that song all the time." And he asked me if it was about back pain.
So specific.
Back pain, because he has a lot of back pain, and then I have some too. So I guess I was just like, "Oh, that must be what it's about." So I was just like, no, like that never.
But that's got to be entertaining to you, just hearing people's weird ideas.
And if that worked for him, and he was just like, he loves the song, and he thought it was about back pain for some reason, I was like, then yeah, might as well be. But it wasn't at all. Did
Thomas, do you ever contribute lyrics at all, or you just let that be Steve's job?
Oh man, pretty few and far between. Yeah, not much at all.
Hey, you did have that feature on that Bonnie State of Mind song, didn't you?
That's true. I do the high part. Yeah.
There you go.
Kind of collabed on the lyrics on that whole song a bit, and then there's not much. There's like a few.
Thomas sings a song on our Beyond Triple XL record.
Yeah.
That everyone thinks is me.
Yeah,
is that actually true?
Yeah, the guy who mixed it tuned it down so it sounds exactly.
No, what song is it?
I'll never say.
Line.
Oh.
You'll never say.
Damn.
Yeah, so he wrote that one and he sings it. And
wait, which one was it? Did you actually say the name?
Line. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I did not know that. There you go. There's a little tidbit.
No one ever picks up on it that it's him, but it is.
Actually, I'm kind of curious about what your workflow is because you live in different cities and who's doing what, or does it matter if we know that?
It's pretty different for every given thing.
No formula, really.
But
so
I guess for what we've been doing now is just like we got beats that usually maybe I'm cutting drums up and then Steve's doing bass or melody, and then we're kind of just taking turns on layering shit, and then
it's like one person's usually working and the other person's playing Settlers of Catan on the iPad.
Yeah.
And then I'll be doing stuff and then he'll be on the iPad. That's kind of because we don't really jam anymore. Like for years when we were the band where everything we jam at the same time and you record it. You're always like, but then I'm sure, now it's just like one person's working on a part where the other person's just kind of like sitting there like, yeah, sounds good, and then you switch.
Right.
So, which is cool.
That's awesome. So you guys have a track on the newest one called Dripping Visions, and kind of tying it into about like who's doing what. The drums reminded me of Steely Dan.
Oh, dope.
And that when they kick in, and then but like the kind of melody and everything kind of sounds like Curtis Mayfield. If there's a hell below, we're all gonna go. Yeah. But like in a way, like just kind of like that constant drive.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys, when you're doing stuff, like when you're cutting drums and adding stuff, do you think about that kind of stuff, or is it just like this sounds fucking dope, we're gonna go with this? Like,
yeah, I guess with that song specifically, there was like a bit of a discussion of just having like a constant build where the song was like at any given point we talked about having it where you as a listener would be like, man, this is a dope beat.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get bored from it, it shifts, and you're like, oh shit, is this a doper beat?
Yeah, totally.
So that's what we were trying to do with that. So yeah, it does like cut and edit, and then like that. Yeah, like there's not even like a proper kick drum that comes into like the very end. So
it's
yeah. I dig the Kurt. We're huge Curtis Mayfield fans, so.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
How
could you not be?
Yeah, like there's so much you could like influence you could hear. I don't know if it's direct or not, but like even the Yellow Magic Orchestra on Busted, I feel like is very 80s Yellow Magic Orchestra, you know.
And so that song is actually, what the fuck were we listening to? We were at Steve's apartment and Steve was playing the 200 pounds of Cali weed.
Was that?
That's what you were smoking while you're working, or?
Yeah, and then we just came out of it in that song. No, I can't. That's Carlton Livingston.
Yeah, Carlton Livingston. That blaring, and I was just to get the MIDI to work on the MPC, and when it started working, I just started playing shit over that song in the room, and the song ended, and that was the beat that was playing. I was like, oh, dope. That's the song.
Oh, nice. So you built it around that, and then you just kept that after. That's sick.
I was like just full manic. Like, why won't this fucking thing work?
But that's kind of like when you come up with the best stuff, is you're not really trying specifically to make anything, and then you're just kind of like, you've kind of luck into something.
Yeah. I read a lot about that with like rappers where, you know, like one of their mega hits, they do an interview with him and he's like, yeah, I wrote that in 10 to 15 minutes. Like it just came to me, and you're like, what?
That's like so many like fucking like Black Sabbath, right? That one fucking Black Sabbath song.
Yeah.
Paranoid.
So
it's like
that was a quickie.
They wrote it in like 10 minutes. They had to put one more song on their album. They just fucking.
Oh, hilarious! Yeah. Have you guys done that at all on this on Zap the Planet, or most of it's kind of like toiled over a little bit?
Zap. That was just a weird process.
So
in general,
every song had a very different like approach. Some were pretty fast though.
Yeah, some stuff was like cut to shit and then put back to normal, and then just like never knew what to do with it. Some stuff was just super like as soon as we recorded, we're like, yeah, that's done.
Yeah, like In Your Realm is the demo. Like that was like a demo that just we were like, well, let's just use this because it was probably done in like a day, and then we're like, I don't want to re-record this. That's like the only one that wasn't done digitally too. So
Yeah.
Interesting.
not that that meant.
Okay, also another thing people, especially with Dripping Visions, is it like a drug influenced album or something like that? But are you guys straight edge? Or are you guys like fucking drug addicts? What's going on over here?
You know the answer to that, Chris.
Drug addicts.
Just
Wait, what did you say, Thomas?
We've hung out before.
That song, that would definitely wasn't meant to be a drug reference, but yeah, that most people take it that way, and especially with the video that Cole made, that was awesome. It definitely gives it a very like drugged out vibe, which is cool. But yeah, I think we always lean into like we like making kind of psychedelic sounding stuff.
Yeah.
the music is the drug.
Because we're drug addicts.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think trippy music for the sake of trippy music.
It's like really hard to make something that's not trippy.
Yeah,
like
facts.
Have you
facts.
ever made something that's like so straight and then just were like, no, this just sucks, you know? Like,
Usually it's just, I don't know. It'll be straight and we'll be like, that's pretty good. And then we'll like put a bunch of shit on it.
yeah, like you've been this whole time.
Really good.
just so everybody knows, the way their mics sound isn't because they're shitty mics. They have like a chorus. What do you have on there? A chorus?
Oh, we got phaser. We got the phaser. And we got the reverb and some dub.
Well, that's another thing I really like about that last record is it's like this big weird cosmic slop, you know, like it's like got a lot of dub influences. I hear it a lot, and then like the '80s like YMO. It's just all over the place, which it's basically all your interests, I'm guessing, like boiled down.
Yeah, we just like playing with the knobs.
So, as a fellow white dub and reggae fan, how do you like? Is there shame or like? I think a lot of people, especially music nerds, were like, we obviously love fucking because that music it's insane. But like, then you look at the outward aesthetic of most, like, if you think like white reggae fan, it's just like dude with fucking 8 dreadlocks, like fucking the crustiest, no shoes,
hemp pants,
smells like patchouli and BO, has like ketamine residue on their nose.
Yeah.
So like it's weird, man. Like 'cause I fucking love that shit, but like not ketamine, reggae music.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I don't think we would ever try to make reggae.
No. Oh yeah. You should.
Yeah, yo,
You
from
should.
the last track.
You fucking should.
What's the name of that last track? Nothing lasts forever.
Yeah, that good bass. Nice bass on that.
That's like my favorite on that one because it's like just tropical. It's a good like summer night song or something.
Yeah, it's cool to like cherry pick, like have like a reggae or dub bass line.
Yeah.
Like have some dub, like Space Echo stuff, but like not to do the whole.
No.
Or
Yeah.
like I don't want to sound like the Police or something even.
No. And here's a combination question. Would you ever play Shambhala?
I would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it sounds probably be fun.
I'd
Probably.
play anything pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'd be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Get on one of those like Ewok sound stages or whatever.
Yeah.
Like their gear too. Like I think your guys' sound, like the amount of money they put to hardware, like their fucking systems are like insane.
Yeah, their
like,
PA, your shit would blast on that.
fucking blast.
I kind of prefer shows when we are out of place a bit. Like it's less fun when you're just like playing just like a festival where every band is kind of like the same thing and then you're just like, oh, but like it's more fun to like, we did this one in Smithers, BC, like super up north and felt kind of out of place, but that, I don't know, it was awesome. It was more memorable then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a palate cleanser. It's a total palate cleanser.
Yeah. Plus you like stand out a bit more.
I
Like it's
kind
like
of. Oh,
Sorry,
go ahead. I was
you go.
gonna- I love when like you play a show and like most people leave, but then it's like one guy who was like, that just changed my life.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. You guys fucking rock. What's your name? You guys rock.
And then he watches the next band and tells them the same thing.
Yeah.
No, that changed my life.
Yeah.
And you're just standing off to the side with a little tear, like what
When guys do
fuck?
this, when guys are doing this.
Oh yeah.
Have you noticed that your shows have like opportunities have changed when your sound changed, or did it not affect that at all? Like the kind of bands you play with.
I think, yeah. Well, with this one it's tough because like it came out during COVID, so who knows what kind of opportunities like we had. Hard to say.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people who maybe book us when we go on tour and we're playing towns we don't really know, a lot of times they just like put us with the weirdest bands. I don't know. It never quite makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's almost like we kind of had built up connections in the post-punk kind of world, and then now I don't think we'd be able to play on those bills anymore.
Yeah,
which is fine by us, but it was like I don't know what's next for us.
There was a transition though, where like we'd show up and they'd be like, "Where's the band?"
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is what we're doing now.
Didn't you hear? Rock's dead, bro.
We just
Rock's fucking dead, dude.
like we got to play this like psychedelic music festival, and which basically means blues rock. Like every like a blues rock band with phaser or something. And then we showed up, and it was one of our first shows where we weren't like playing guitars and drums and stuff, and they were really confused. So, like, what's going on here? And then like they're like, and we just had 2 tabletop setups, and
Yeah. This isn't 12-bar dad blues.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
people are like, this isn't psychedelic.
Yeah.
I think we were way more psychedelic.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Guys playing guitar solos, but whatever.
You know, I blame the boomers for oversaturating our brains with guitar solos, because like I went back and hung out with my parents, and like I love my parents, and they gave me a lot of cool music, but like if I have to hear fucking John Mayall or like Ry Cooder's one of the better ones, but you know what I mean? It's like it's literally just YouTube. They figured out YouTube, and it's straight up just like watching YouTube. Fucking Eric Clapton will come on. Fucking John Mayall will come on. Blues Traveler. It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah.
fuck guitars. Like,
This is an anti-rock podcast.
this is an
You came on-
anti-rock.
I'm glad you guys changed your sound.
Yeah.
Be here if you guys probably wouldn't have had it.
No.
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 If this was your first album, we'd be shitting on you right now on our podcast.
Just 2 shirtless dudes shitting on things.
So what's going on? You're working on a new record now.
So really missing out on that. You guys are both shirtless right now.
Yeah, it's solidarity. I'm not even that hot. I have a big ass fan.
I'm Montreal sweaty. I'm in Montreal right now. Fuck. You guys are in BC.
Go back on when you get to the airport.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, where are you guys going next? You're working on a new record now.
Yeah, well, I guess we're got another week till Steve Jets, and then yeah, it's been pretty productive.
Yeah, you were looking at it. This is where we do it.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is everything.
Here.
Oh, the gears. Oh yeah,
All
look
the
at that.
gear. Yeah, when are you guys just gonna go straight laptop?
Man, you know what? I was thinking about that.
Probably just straight iPad.
Next,
Yeah, word up. Yo,
Yeah, just grab
Madlib.
the fucking-
Didn't Madlib make Bandana on an iPad?
I heard
Yeah.
that.
See, all the cool kids are doing it.
I always feel like we're just at our own pace, moving from like our first album was like we were just pretending we were making an album in the 70s. And the next one we're like, hey, now it's like the late 70s, and now we're working on a like 90s album. So maybe the next one will be like we'll have like a old iMac.
Yeah, with the colors.
The color
A green one or a blue one or some shit.
It'll all be Fruity Loops.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yo, you're getting there? Is that what you said?
we're getting there.
You guys are on a Telephone Explosion. I was just curious because, like, I was, like all DIY bands, you like first start out and they're like, now I want to grow up as a band. They're always just like, do I get on a label? I'm shopping around, blah blah blah. What is the benefit of being like on a kind of a smaller boutique label for any band out there that's like thinking about their next move?
Ooh, I don't really know. I guess you're kind of part of a scene a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a lot of work for us. Like they do write grants for us and stuff. That's stuff that we wouldn't really do without them. But
yeah, and I think when it's like a small label like that, like they seem to have like a built-in fan base for their label. So there are just people who like the catalog they have. So you kind of get into that where you probably wouldn't have that if you're on a bigger label. Like no one just like loves all the records on Columbia Records.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of that, but then I think the main benefit is just they're small enough that like they like that you can talk to them on a one-to-one basis, and they are focused on you more because they only have a couple artists or whatever. So you're not just like lost in the swamp of like 100 like bands or something.
Right.
Sure. Because I think a lot of labels now they'll just sign a ton of bands, hoping one of them will work out.
Right.
And you're not that one. You're just like never going to hear from them.
You just get thrown off the label after whatever.
So many bad stories from people who try out kind of bigger labels because it seems cool, and it just goes bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they're a bit more like accountable to you, not to you, but they're like human, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like more like a friend thing where you're like, yeah.
Did they come to you or did you go to them? Were you like cold calling them or they came to you?
No, they came to us because they liked our second record, I guess, and probably both our first records, but our second record came out on Hockey Dad, which is Vancouver.
Right.
And then Telephone was just like, you guys should do the next one here.
Yeah.
Nice. That's probably the ideal situation. Someone wanting you, and then you like cold calling a million indie labels, you know?
Yeah, like with our first record, we self-released it, and I think we tried a tiny bit to get some labels, like Flemish Eye, I think we sent it to. That might have been it, though.
We definitely tried with, like, we did the thing you do when you're like a young musician, and you make the packets and you send the shit everywhere. But
then after that,
like, such a long shot.
We just wanted us.
Yeah, was that discouraging? I guess I'm trying to like be the voice of like a wannabe band person, like a young kid trying to get their band off the ground. But it's like because you guys have been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah.
So like that's not easy. Usually these bands are here for 2 years and they're gone, you know? Like so like was it super discouraging at the beginning or were you just like, who cares? Like we'll try, but it's not that big of a deal.
Oh yeah, we didn't care really.
Yeah, it was
we were like 20, so we just wanted to tour. That was like we almost didn't even care about the vinyl a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's like I think looking back now, if I had to give like a young band that had reached some sort of zone where they were popular enough that labels were asking about them, I'm just like, man, you should just do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. The game's changed a bit though now, I guess, where that's more possible or what?
Yeah, it's always flipping, but like, yeah, you get friends who are like, oh, I got this, you know, like people seem to like this album we did. It's on Spotify. We're making pretty good checks from that. Now labels want in on it. And it's kind of like, what are they going to give you that?
Yeah.
They're going to undervalue you, most likely.
Yeah.
Once you've proven yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't really need them at that point, but then they...
No.
So I think strangely Master P, I think it's him, talks about that on Solange's album Seat at the Table. He has like a little like skit on there where he basically is like, yeah, like I started this label and then these white folks came, like these big like labels came wanting to buy it for like $4 million. He's like, if they're trying to get it for $4 million, then I know it's worth like $40 million, you know? So it's like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, it's wild. And they're also just like, I feel like they just make you work in a, like, they just burn bands out. They're like, okay, you signed the contract now. You like got to go on tour for 3 years straight, no breaks, and just like it's like it destroys bands.
Yeah, sometimes people be like, our band broke up because the label, like experience was so bad or whatever, and I'm just like, that sucks. Like,
yeah, and you have people that like put in input for something that you fucking created from your gut, and are like, like that must be that's a fucky feeling, I think. Like, not having to have some fucking douchebag show up and be like, we actually like make something that we want to put out is like, if you can get rid of that, like that's way better, I think.
Yeah,
it's strange. It's a strange world because
we're not experts on it. We're like
yeah.
Yeah.
But even to be around is a bit of like a achievement, I think, for that long. Just as an in like a small band, you know, like I don't know.
Filmmaking.
yeah.
Do you guys miss touring? Did you miss it?
Starting to, but
I
didn't for a long time. We were kind of burning out on it because we kind of did the same thing where we got a booking agent and then they kind of overwhelmed us with how much they were getting us to do.
Yeah.
And
do you not have a say in that? How does that work exactly?
Well, there's just say.
It's like hard to say.
Pressure you.
Right.
If you go on this opening tour, like something we never do. If it was us and we were just booking our own tour,
right?
Yeah.
We would just go on a tour and play with our friends in every city. And it'd be like fun. But then they'd be like, "Oh, you got to go open for this band for 2 weeks," and then those are just awful. That's we were playing at like 8 o'clock to like the venue kind of starting to fill up. And you on the stage, so you have to like play in front of their gear, and then you're just an annoyance to everybody, like the promoter, the sound guy.
Oh yeah.
The crowd doesn't want to see you, and you're just like, whoa, this sucks.
No doubt. Was that the Preoccupations tour?
I don't know.
Those guys are cool. Obviously, you're friends, but I'm just saying that situation is kind of whack. You're right.
No, but it's not. It's been a few different bands. Like it's not even. It wasn't specific to any band. Like you could do that with your favorite band, and it would probably still.
True. And in the other scenarios, are you the headliners?
Well, it's like kind of a no headliner thing. Like we'd go to Toronto and we'd play with like New Fries and Cindy Lee or something, and we're all basically the same. Like the whole thing is the headlining thing. It's just like
that grouping.
Fun night with these bands or whatever.
Yes.
And we'll probably make less money, but it's a better experience.
Yeah. There's so many shows on like in the States where you're like, okay, Kansas City, and you roll in, and you play to like 2 people, and then
who aren't there to see you. There's their friend who is opening for you,
and then they leave once you guys go on.
And then they're like, hey, here's your $300 or whatever, and they're just so mad at you. So.
Or like it's like passive, or like they pay you because that was the deal, but then nobody came to see you.
Yeah,
it's like it's a weird thing, and then you're just like, I don't know, because before when you're doing like the scuzzy tours and you're just sleeping on people's floors, you're at least hanging out with people, having fun.
Yeah, right. So. It's a different vibe. Yeah,
so different.
That's like the sad reality of a lot of touring bands, though. In general, like playing to nobody. You know, like you have your few cities where there's like big turnouts, and then the rest in between is like these little things, nobody there.
Well, like we got talked into opening for this. There's like this sub pop band, and then our booking agent's like, you got to open for this sub pop band for like these 3 West Coast dates.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, I guess like you do this, and then we got it, and nobody was at any show. Like literally, it was like a big venue in Portland. Nobody was there. It was like completely empty.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There's no support for that band that you played with? That's crazy. Yeah.
It just looks good on paper, and that's always the justification they give you.
Yeah. Do you think touring will just eventually die? Like, say you just, all these new people using the internet, making music videos, because that seems to be the way you get put on a little bit, and then eventually go on tour if it seems like it might be worth it.
Yeah, I kind of wonder, because like the online streaming stuff, like people by the end of COVID, like people were getting real good at that, like crazy produced live shows.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, you put all this work into a live set, and you get this product that you have forever, which is kind of dope. It's almost like you get to play a sweet show, and you have this thing that then you can just send to whoever.
Yeah. It's better than driving 12 hours to play for nobody in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Better to be immortalized on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, it's crazy. I think like it seems now that touring is almost the after effect of hitting it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you see like people go out to see these rappers or these musicians live, but it's like it's the hype from seeing them streaming or downloading their music for so long, and then so you have a lot of artists, they show up and like crowds are just chanting their shit. They have like a re-recorded vocal track, and like they're just partying as well, It's just almost like you don't need to tour to boost yourself. Like touring is almost like the reward. It's like you just go to party with people. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and your album is worthless. Like your album is like promoting the tour almost.
Yeah.
It's the flip side of what he's.
Yeah.
That's when it gets fun to play when you're just like, oh, I know it's going to be a party every night, or like not even a party. You just know that there are people going to be excited to go see you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty over like grinding it out. Like I'm like, okay, we'll play Toronto because I know that's going to be fun.
Yeah, but you're not Thunder Bay. Maybe skip.
Yeah.
You don't want to play the Apollo again?
Yeah.
For any poor soul who knows where that place is.
Yeah. Never want to see it again.
Place is wild.
Yeah.
But no, it's like just sweet to know the cities where they're going to be good, and then you just do that.
Would you just fly direct? That's what I always thought when I went on that. I went on one tour with Slam Dunk, and all that stuff in the middle was like such a waste of time. And I was like, why don't you just like fly to the West Coast, do Vancouver, fly to Toronto, do that? You know what I'm saying? Like just do the spots that hit.
Canada's insane.
Yeah, it's tough when you're in a band though, because you need all your gear and stuff, so you have to drive it across.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
well, that's why you guys got all your shit now. You got your little fucking.
Yeah,
it's just like a.
Yo, when Mark and I were in a rap group, we were always joking around that we could just have DJ iPod in our pocket and just roll up. You guys could do that.
We
just
fucking did.
You guys do that, yeah.
DJ iPod.
Yeah, for a long time we had just an iPod. Played most of the set for us.
Really?
We did one tour with like backing tracks because we were trying to recreate our Beyond Triple XL record.
Oh. So what did you actually play then? That's hilarious.
Well, we play guitar, bass, and drums, but then like there's all these synths and other guitars and shit that's just coming that we're playing to.
Right.
That kind of sucked, but
it got kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys have had lots of different incarnations. You were a 5-piece, you were a 4-piece, you were a 3-piece. Now you're just 2, but like you just do.
Next we're going solo.
Yeah, exactly. Like one will open for the other. You're just the same bill, just.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. Like all those incarnations or whatever have been really good for their own reasons, and it definitely at a time when we had been doing the 3-piece. Like that's what we did the longest. It was cool to go do the 5-piece because it just felt like it made it fun.
Yeah, it made it epic. I like that one.
Yeah, it's fun to like not take the band too serious and just be like, oh, like this band isn't any one given thing. It keeps it fresh and pretty like exciting.
Whatever it is, yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've been yammering for a while now. I might have to wrap this up.
Any passing?
This is my abrupt end.
Yeah. Shit.
Wait, go, Mark.
Wait, was I? Oh yeah, basketball. Did you guys watch the finals? I see your shirt.
We did.
Yeah, we watched it. I watched most of the playoffs, and then I missed a lot of the games in the finals because we were recording, but I didn't see a lot.
Was it a good game?
Shout out to Giannis. He deserves it.
Yeah, he did. Hard. Man, they both deserve it. You guys see? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a point where they were just playing like both teams were just playing so well, or like the Bucks were just kind of like that's a hard team to play.
Yeah.
I'm
just so glad it wasn't like the predicted super teams. Like that was so satisfying seeing these two teams, you know, like the underdog teams. I mean, if you can call the Bucks the underdogs, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like
against the Nets, they were for sure. Yeah. And then the Suns got to knock out the Lakers, which was pretty. Yeah. And then it was cool just having a finals where anyone could win. Like I had no idea who's gonna win.
Yeah. I love this. I love the paradigm shift times where it's like you have like the eras. And then that hierarchy just crumbles, and then it's just like people duke it out. This is the exciting times, you know. And I love I love Golden State. I was a Golden State guy for fucking since like they drafted Klay Thompson. Like I fucking love Golden State, but like that era is over.
Yeah,
well, they might be back.
Yeah, he might come back and start just sinking threes
nonstop.
Yeah. They get Dame. That's the new rumor. They might get.
That would be insane. That'd be
pretty.
Yeah. I saw Portland play Toronto like when they were here, when Kawhi was here in Vancouver. They were doing the tour. That was like electric.
Yeah, we saw that, Steve. We saw that in Montreal.
We saw them play the Nets.
Oh,
yeah.
Nets.
That's crazy. Yeah. Now look at them. Now look at the Nets. They got Steve Nash. I kind of feel like we got to rep the Nets a bit because of Steve Nash. You know what I mean? Victoria's own. You kind of want him to go, but like. I don't know. James Harden.
Yeah, it's hard to get behind that. They kind of deserve what they got a bit, but
yeah,
let's see what they do.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah.
Tall guys shooting hoops, dressing well. You guys see that meme where it was like Chris Paul, where they were like, everybody saw this how Chris Paul dressed, and that's why he'll never win finals. And it was that image of like Chris Paul looking like a complete moron. Like it was like Balenciaga or something fashion designer. Like he had like a purse and like these flared pants.
Droopy ass. Like
like oh man, I wish I could just pull it up. It was brutal.
Yeah, he's not known for his style. That's for sure. People like to clown him.
Yeah.
Yo, so then what's up next for you guys? Is this record coming out in 2 years from now, or?
There's like a date.
Yeah, they already they kind of give us a schedule. So they're like, they want it done in their hands by March, and then they want it, I think, in the fall it'll come out. So like a year or a year and a bit from now.
Hell yeah. So everyone should listen to the last one right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't listen to the first one because Rock is dead.
Good luck finding the first one. Like not.
First one's not that.
Are they NFTs? Are those NFTs now?
Yeah.
Finals?
Probably, yeah. What were you going to say, Thomas?
Oh, I was going to say the really rock one's the second one.
Yeah, that's true.
Guitar crazy on that one.
The first one is kind of electro synthy. We kind of started there and then we went to rock.
Full circle.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anything that our listeners should, like things that you guys are interested that they should check out?
Man, check out Screw, DJ Screw.
Yeah, bud.
I'm obsessed, so.
Yeah.
And he has like a million tapes, so it'll be endless content.
Yeah.
His screwed version of Hard Knock Life by Jay-Z is a fucking banger.
Yeah. Gold.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Steven?
I got nothing.
Yo, actually, okay, I know I'm trying to wrap this up, but I wanted to talk to you about that book you read about extinctions and almost be like, this is going to go on for another 20 minutes, but
Word. No, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Yo, should we
extinctions, music,
yeah, we as a people should come to an inner peace about the fact that humanity is going to eventually go extinct because of climate change. I think we should find solace in that instead of being all scared about it.
Or we can try to settle Mars.
That's what they're up to now. Yeah.
But they say they're up to that. That's such a pipe dream. You know how much effort it takes to get like one person into space, to get anything into space? We're not going to Mars. I think that's bullshit. I think I'm poo-pooing that. Yeah. I think that if anything, we're gonna die. Some humans are gonna exist, and then because we're so resilient, and then we're just gonna evolve into something that isn't quite like Homo sapiens. Boom.
Oh yeah.
Or
like translucent skin.
We'll go full dinosaur, and then something else will come, and they'll think they're the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll be these little things like how birds are, and we're like, that was a dinosaur. That's what they're gonna be like. They're gonna be like, that was a human. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, we'll just be the birds in the trees.
Yep.
What are you guys doing?
Facts.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Maybe the dinosaurs will be using our bones to make gasoline and shit, you know, like and oil. We can only hope.
So wait, is that show Dinosaurs from the Future? Remember that one?
Yo, yes.
Sure.
The 90s? Fucking open your third eye, man.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. That was it.
Good with clothing. Or all the
We got it all in. All right. Yeah, go listen to their last album and then listen to all their albums. Zap the Planet is their last one. Freak Heat Waves. Thomas Danino, Steve Lynn. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
See you again in real life one day.
Yeah, sooner than later.
All right. Peace out.
Wow.